We are doing another monthly reset. The difference about this one is that I just want it to be about a conversation. I feel like we've been doing a lot about transformation this season, and going through this lock-in season is something that I feel is going to make a shift as we go into these monthly resets. Every month is when I can sit down and realize that I can just stop and pause for a second, reflect, and check in with myself and make sure that I'm actually living the life I want. I'm also staying on track with who I want to be, and that I am showing up for this version of myself who is balanced and believing and building, but also blooming, because I do ultimately want to become this next level person. So what does that mean? What is that going to look like? How am I going to do that? Well, it's really just not thinking that everything's falling apart, but really being intentional with the moments that we have right now and knowing who I am, how far I've come, and how I can move forward throughout the next month and the next 30, 31 days, depending on when you're looking at this, and really taking that step back of I don't need to start over. I just need to keep coming back to checking in, realigning, resetting, and going in, having that outline of believing in myself, having that mindset, building, having the system set in place, knowing where my focuses are so I can balance and honestly bloom by taking the action and resetting where I'm at with my current goals. That's how I'm going to become. And I really wanted to take this one to be a little bit different, feel more connected, and really share how some months you don't have to set all the goals again and again, or you don't have to have it all figured out right now. And you can really just sit down, take a breath, and reanalyze, reflect, and realign, because you're not falling apart. You're realigning for this next chapter, the next 30 days, and how you can show up. So welcome back. If you are new, my name is Bridget. I'm 27 years old. I'm a wife, a stepmom. I work a full 9 to 5, and I balance so many areas of life as I'm finding my passions and following my purpose and really discovering again who I am in my late 20s. And I created this community to help others not only just really find the balance in their life, but show up for who they want to be. And that's where the Believe to Become system came in. And this is where I started to share how not only it worked for me, but how it helps others. And I give you tangible steps as you believe, build, balance, bloom, and become with time. So let's get really intentional and connect on this level for this reset. I wanted this one to be a little bit different because we're about to go into the 5th month of 2026. I can't believe we're already here, but it's time to take that breath, slow down, and just give yourself a chance. Before we really change anything or add anything, readjust anything, let's just take a second to pause, to breathe, and step out of our autopilot of life. This is where we get to have this conversation of how are we doing? I understand that life gets busy, but what have you been doing? What are you proud of yourself? How have you been showing up? And have you even seen where you were a month ago to know where you actually are today? How is this check-in going to look if you don't even remember where you were because you're so busy living life, doing the work, that you don't take a step back and realize how far you've actually come? So let's just ask ourselves, where has your energy been? Do you feel aligned? Do you feel connected? Do you feel like you're in the right step? And have you been intentional or just reacting to everything that is around you? There's no pressure to really fix anything. I just want you to take a step back, realize, and notice how life's going. If you ask me, I would definitely say I've been showing up. I've been more productive than ever for this community, for over on Instagram, and everywhere in between. I really challenge you to step out of your comfort zone and understand that this is the time. We're in this lock-in season, this transformational season as we're blooming, and it's important to understand where I was even a month ago when I started this journey of the lock-in, and how much I've showed up, how much I've taken action, and the ways I've put the effort, the energy, and my overall system into fruition and showing up for who I want to be. But it's really time to do this check-in and be real, and not too hard on yourself, but enough that you understand where you're going to be. And I'll share mine with you right now. Let's just keep it real. Lately, I feel like I've been consistent on my systems, but I've mentally some days just really beaten myself or feel like it's not enough because the results aren't showing right away. And I've also been really, really productive, but not as present in the moment. I feel like I've taken other areas of life where I wanted to be more in the moment and put those on the side for later. Yes, this is a transformational season. Yes, I need to do the work, but I think that there's a difference of knowing that I'm doing well, I'm moving the needle, and I'm checking off the to-do list things, but I'm also not feeling as aligned and joyful and fulfilled as I feel like I could be. Now, I'm not saying that this is the worst situation or that I'm in a bad place, but it is to really share with you that even though on the outside I feel really successful, I feel like I'm doing the things that I want, I am achieving so much, that there's still internal battles and we can't do it all. So I want you to think about this for you. What's been feeling really good? Where do you feel aligned, but where it feels off? Because I want you to celebrate the wins. As I just said, I've been consistent in the things that I wanted to do, but that means sometimes I get in my head. Other times I feel really, really productive, but then I see what I'm missing out on and I have to know that there's a sacrifice there, but where can I kind of find in the middle and find that balance? I want you to ask yourself those same questions. Where do you feel like yourself right now? And for me, it's in the little moments in life when I can find the clarity and I can see clearly of when I have that free time, when I'm showing up, and how I'm showing up are two different things. And I'm not here to judge you or make you feel uncomfortable. I'm really here to inspire you through my story, support you, and hold you accountable so that we can realign our focus again. It's important that you understand that we can't do everything, including me. I have a lot of areas of life, and you need to learn that we're not meant to have it all figured out at once. So, what is this month's focus? I have to ask myself, what really matters? And for me, it's the same as when I started my transformational journey. For me, it's really stepping out and understanding that it is my family, my home, my finances, my health, and my faith. That's really where I wanted to make this shift from the winter blues to the blooming, where if I had to choose a few areas of life that I can focus on that were meant in this season, it's reconnecting with my family. It's focusing on my home, understanding my finances, and my health and my faith. Does that mean I'm not going to show up for Balance While Blooming, or I'm not going to show up for X, Y, and Z? No, I did that part. I've been setting systems, I've been setting a foundation, but it's important that I realize that I kind of lost that in the last month. As much as I've been productive and consistent, I've missed out on where I needed to realign my focus right now. That being said, what is that going to look like? I need to stop waiting for the perfect moment. We've been hiking every single Saturday. Is there other days that we can spend some family time together? Our home, we have finally gotten our permit, so we're going to be working on our deck, but how can I get outside and work around the outside of our house? We aren't gardening just yet. It's been a little bit too cold, but what can I do to prep for it, right? I can do that now. How can I still save money? Go into those pre-saved buckets and make sure that we are saving for other fun things in the summer for joy. But also, we have trips coming up. We have our house project to pay off. We have things that our finances are going to be dwindling. Our savings is going to go away. But that doesn't mean that we can no longer budget for joy, for happiness, and fulfillment, because we do want to make that switch of right now is the transformation so that we can enjoy in the summer. And I would also need to just be mentally and emotionally aligned by going on walks by myself, connecting with my faith again, going out in the sunshine, enjoying nature, and really seeing where I can give back in my community, how I can lean into others, and just really give my support and accountability at home here and out in the world, and just feel like I am giving back. I think sometimes we overcomplicate the things that we really want, but if we just take it back to the basics and be honest and what's realistic, that's what I have time for in the next month, is spending time with my husband on vacation, understanding that our house project is going to be happening right after a vacation, so we can't spend too much money, and then we can start gardening, we can start doing the things, and in the free time that I have, I can go on a walk, I can stretch, I can move my body, I can lift a little bit more, and just connect with people and volunteer, get myself out there, get uncomfortable, and really just know what feels good. And so I want to know what areas of life you're going to focus on and what you need to do to make those shifts. What are your basics that you want to fall into? What, I guess, habits or routines or systems do you want to do this month that's going to make you feel fulfilled and happy and successful? Because if you don't get back to the basics of the little day-to-day things that you can accomplish, how are you ever going to really reset our life and this lifestyle that we are living in? We need to reset our space. And I feel like I can always tell myself that I'm feeling cluttered because I have clutter. I feel like I have a lot going on because I haven't planned. I have a messy mental capacity. Some people, it's clutter on their digital, sometimes it's clutter in their space. Those don't really bother me as much, but it's more about my mind. I feel like I don't have it planned, I don't have it set in stone, and resetting my space is resetting my time. But for a lot of people, it's resetting your environment, resetting what you need to accomplish, what you need to do, and how you're going to show up. So maybe together we decide to reset. I think for me mentally, I am going to declutter a little bit more externally than internally in our house. And I am also going to set a system up to reset my mental space. How can I get my thoughts out? How can I get my feelings out? And how can I plan for success? And the way I'm going to do that are the habits that I'm creating in this transformational season that I just set. I am going to really show up and give myself 3 priorities every day. I am going to make sure that I know exactly what my focuses are for the day, and that I am setting systems and creating the energy that I need to be successful. And that being said, you need to have this shift of energy for the month. Instead of setting those million goals, million habits, I've been focusing on how I want to actually be seen and show up this month. I want you to create a word for the month. For me, it is foundation. Foundation. I am working on the foundation of my Thrive to 30 series anyways. This is the foundational period where I'm setting the systems, I'm creating the habits, I am making sure that I am showing up as my best self. This is the messiest time I have, and I want to be strong. I want to be built to be able to welcome people inside, and I want to know that I'm choosing not only in this month to really focus on that, especially with my finances, with my family, with my home. Those are my foundation. My businesses can always change, my hobbies can always change, my travel plans can always change. So really focusing on those in this transformational season, and especially this month, is creating a foundation that works for me, works for my family, works for my life. And I want to know what your word is. You can go from being grounded to disciplined to focused. You could also go to calm, collected, joyful, whatever it is, whatever this month is for you. Just because I'm going through a transformational period does not mean you are. We're all different, we're all unique, we're all on our own journey, but we need to choose what our life is going to look like in a month by knowing exactly how we want to show up, what we're doing to show up, and how we're going to show up one day at a time. So I feel like this monthly check-in was more about a conversation and understanding that this is a community of people. We're all going to be different. We're all going to be unique, and that we just need to stay consistent. We need to understand the season of life we're in for the month that we're in, because you break it down from quarterly to monthly to weekly to daily, and that's how you start doing it. We don't have to start over. We just need to stay aligned, and we can do this together. You can follow me over on Instagram. You can always join this community here. I will have videos coming out of the Thrive to 30 and the Believe to Become system really soon. Then from there, we can work on these together, and we can start with knowing our foundation, knowing our identity, knowing our goals, and then leaning into believing in ourselves, building, balancing, blooming, becoming. It's all a cycle. It's all at different times, and it's different energies every single time. I want you to comment your focus for the month, what you're doing right now, what you accomplished, something, so that I can celebrate you, hold you accountable, or inspire you to keep showing up. You are not starting over this month. You are continuing and finding alignment, and we are doing this together. I hope you like this chit chatty. It's a little bit different. I did give a little bit more behind the scenes of what's happening this month without goals or dreams, and understand that we're all different, we're all unique, but we're all going on this journey called life. And we may have the same vision of success, fulfillment, joy, but it's just about taking that next intention, that next action, and really finding the alignment around all of that. And we get to do that together. And that's what this community is here for the accountability, for the support. So I hope that as much as I can do that for you, you can show up for me, and we can hold each other accountable every step of the way. I challenge you today to get uncomfortable sharing your goals. Say them out loud, write them down, give it to someone, and know that you can celebrate yourself for what you've accomplished in the last month without feeling guilt, even if you do have things to still work on. There were positives and negatives from last month. There's ways that I can be better, but that doesn't mean that I can't just go into this new month with a new mindset, new systems, new habits, a clear focus, so that I can bloom and become. And you can too. So as always, keep believing, keep building, keep balancing, keep blooming, and become with time. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.